Hey Gemini, welcome to your weekly forecast. This is setting the intention here for June 13th through the 19th. However, you might see this reading a week after, a month after, a year after. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And as always, you may need a private reading sometimes. We're going to see what is coming up here. Move you all just a little bit closer. And first card coming up here for you all, Gemini, is holy cannoli. You. It's you. It's the Lovers. This is your card. Now, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, and they see the Lovers card and they get super excited. And yes, this can be shifting, moving, relationship coming in. Some of you may be manifesting a relationship or manifesting progress in a relationship. That can definitely be the case. However, if you're new to my channel, in the weekly forecasts, I focus on you and your energy. Love readings I do separately, and I have the links to the love readings linked in the description of this video. So a lot of people don't know this, okay? But when let me back up here for a second. Before I get to it, a lot of people don't know. This is your major arcana card. So when I'm reading for somebody and your major arcana card comes up, it tells me that everything you're dealing with right now is directly connected to you coming into your power, you coming into your authenticity, you falling in love with yourself in a non-narcissistic way, in a way in which you're seeing yourself as, the things that you thought were negative about you, you're realizing, hey, wait a minute now, that's actually a pretty positive trait if I apply it productively. So the things that before you maybe cringed about or felt embarrassed about, you're proud about it. You're proud about all of you, right? There's nothing in your past that anybody can hold against you. You're in your confidence. You're living your authentic life. You're doing what you want to do. You're living unapologetically, and you're happy. And so this is a time that a lot of you Geminis are coming into your power. What a lot of people don't know about the Lovers card is that when the tarot was first put together, the sixth major arcana card was not called the Lovers. Some decks called it the Choice, some decks called it the Decision, some decks called it the Sacrifice, because it's about getting very clear about what we want and what we're willing to put up with, what we're not willing to put up with, what is that we're willing to trade, what are we not willing to trade, what are the non-negotiables, right? This is something that we figure out when the Lover's energy is here or when this card is here. Sometimes this can come up when you're sacrificing your health for a situation that is not worth it at all, right? Maybe you're sacrificing your health because you're spreading yourself too thin, trying to be there for everybody. And Spirit is telling you, no, Gemini, this is not a sacrifice worth making. Maybe some of you are sacrificing your health for a really unhealthy, toxic work environment. And Spirit's trying to tell you, hey, it's not worth doing that. I do see this card come up sometimes when you're sacrificing your health for a situation, like it's not worth it. But this can also be figuring out what you want, calling it in, and figuring out, how much is too much or how much is working too hard for something. The next card that's coming up here for Gemini is the Four of Wands. There could definitely be marriage here in the future for some of you. Now, I did say in the weekly forecasts, I don't talk about love and romance, but sometimes it comes up, right? And traditionally speaking, the Lover's card, the Four of Wands, are a lot of the time seen as, lucky in love, soulmate, getting married kind of cards. Four of Wands can also be gatherings. Four of Wands can be gatherings, get-togethers. Some of you may be manifesting a significant soulmate that you may be meeting at some kind of a gathering or some kind of a get-together. Okay, that could be happening here for some of you with these two cards coming in together. Four of Wands also can mean for me in my readings a sense or a feeling of like a sense of like getting rooted, getting grounded, a sense of home, right? So some of you maybe are looking for somebody, not just a soulmate, but somebody that you could build a home with, or somebody that you feel at home with. And so that could be something that some of you are manifesting. I do feel some of you are a little bit torn. And again, I'm not trying to make this a love reading, but I am feeling this in the energy. I do feel some of you feel a little bit torn, and that there might be somebody new in your life that you're feeling really kind of pulled towards, or like just something about this person feels like there's a strong connection, a soulmate connection. But there could be somebody previously that you had said to yourself, oh, I'll come back for this person, or like when I'm ready I'll be with this person. Or, you know, maybe like for some of you, you're like, oh, I'm going to come back to my hometown and be with this person. And you may have friends or family that are like encouraging, like, oh, Gemini, this would be such a great person for you. And you just had it in your mind that like when you're ready to settle down, you would be with that person. But there may be somebody new, and now you're like, what do I do? You know, everybody's encouraging me to be with this person from before, but I'm feeling a sense of home and a sense of connection with a new person who until very recently was a total stranger. Again, I'm not going to get too much into love and romance in the weekly, but as I said, if I feel the message, I share the message, because sometimes Spirit wants to talk about love and romance. And some of you may be in this kind of a situation. Next card that's coming up here for you all is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, I'm getting a very specific feeling and vibe for it in this way. Some of you might have heard me talk about the Knight of Wands as being like an outdoor cat kind of person, someone who comes in and out of your life. But that's not the vibe that I'm getting from this card for Geminis for this week. The layer or the essence of the card that I'm feeling here for Gemini this week with the Knight of Wands is having to make a decision and not having a lot of time to make this decision. Sometimes this could feel even like an ultimatum, like somebody's giving you an ultimatum, or you had planned to do something and it got sped up, and now you're like, oh great, the universe is pushing me to do it now. I thought I was going to do it later. I thought I had more time. And now you're trying to figure out, you know, where you're going, what you're doing. So the Knight of Wands could be like an important decision, right? I'm not talking about what you're going to have for lunch, or if you're feeling like pouring yourself another cup of coffee. I'm talking about like a big life decision here. And you might not have a whole lot of time to make the decision. So in that sense, this card comes up for me sometimes in readings to say, look, this is a big decision, yes, right? In a perfect circumstance, you would have a lot more time to make this decision. But just because you don't have a really long time to make the decision, it doesn't mean that you're not capable of making a good decision. The Knight of Wands says, gather the information. Gather as much information as you can in the time that you have, and you'll make the right decision. You'll make a good decision. Even if you don't have weeks or months to ponder over it and to sleep on it and to, you know, like turn it over in your mind. We don't necessarily need a long time to make a decision. We just need to make an educated decision. We just need to have the information, have the facts, check in with our intuition, and we'll make the right choices. So some of you are feeling frustrated about a time frame, and I feel like this is coming up to say, don't be frustrated. Just gather the facts and you'll make the right decision. The next card that's coming up here for you all, sorry, there it got blurry. The next card that's coming up here for you all is air sign energy. This could very well be you. Okay? You, or you may be dealing with another air sign, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. But the Prince of Wands for me in my readings can come up with the sense of gathering information and doing research. That is going to be the key to making the right decision here for you all this week, Gemini. This is going to be a time of gathering facts and gathering information. Some of you may be in some kind of a negotiation, and so you may be asking a lot of questions. You may be presenting a lot of facts. You may be laying down your case here with this Prince of Swords. This can also come up in a situation where Spirit is moving you to speak your truth. If you are doing any kind of a negotiation, maybe some of you are presenting this decision to somebody else, right? Maybe some of you are approaching someone and you're telling them, hey, you got to decide what you want to do. I feel there's a sense here with this Prince of Swords saying that if you ask the questions, this person will be honest and direct, but that you need to do the same. So if there's things that you're like, well, I don't know if I should disclose that, I don't know if I should get into that, I feel like there's this energy here of just be honest, just be open, put everything out on the table, go ahead and address it, and you'll have a favorable outcome, right? Maybe sometimes we're in a situation where we're like, well, let me wait and let me just, put things out piece by piece, little by little. I feel in this situation with the people or person that you're dealing with, this is someone who's going to really appreciate directness. They're not going to judge. And I think a lot of it is because you've stopped judging yourself, or you're beginning to stop judging yourself, and you're realizing that all of you is beautiful and all of you is wonderful. And so I feel this is someone who's not going to judge. This might be information that they need to know and take into consideration, but they're not going to hold it against you. But if it's something that you're going to wait until later to tell them, well, then all bets are going to be off at that point, because now it's like, whoa, this is kind of a red flag. You could have told me this in the beginning. You didn't tell me in the beginning. And now I don't know how I feel about this, right? Because now there's a sense of like, why would you not have told me? Or what else are you keeping from me? So I feel those of you coming into an agreement, whether it's a romantic agreement, whether it's a living arrangement, whether it's some kind of work situation or partnership, be honest. Put everything on the table, address it, come to an understanding. Whatever is happening, the Knight of Wands makes me feel like it's happening quickly. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. Love readings for the month of June are linked in the description. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelites. You can schedule a private reading with me there. And don't forget to check out the daily messages that I've been posting on the channel as well, for those of you who like starting off the day with a card and a message. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my dears. And I don't think I said happy birthday. If I didn't say happy birthday, forgive me. Happy birthday for you Geminis here that are coming in towards the end of Gemini season. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.